You are live. Good morning, Naima is Queen. Thanks for tuning in. You are live. The time is 7:48. Rise and shine on this beautiful Sunday morning. I actually have about 10 minutes waiting for a store to open, and I needed an outlet. And I thought this is a great time to go live, and it's perfect for the cause in the moment because I have been talking about in the pocket. In the pocket has a few meanings. Number one, travel size, portable. This is my work bag. This is my in the pocket bag. And what I just took out of it is this. They call them electronic wind instruments, but I nicknamed it digital horn. It's what makes the most sense to me. And it serves multiple purposes. Number one, this is a great rehearsal option for someone who needs to have a silent rehearsal and needs to plug in. It has an auxiliary port and it can connect straight to your earphones, and it could also plug straight into a PA system or a mixer. But when you need music therapy and a quick meditation break, step outside and decompress, you know, this is amazing. I do remember you, Naima. Thank you for returning and engaging. I mean, like, that is it, such a great thing. This right here is it in the pocket? So like I was talking about hoarding and transitioning into a new season with just what you can check on a checked bag, carry on, and personal item. Has anybody ever started life over like that? Salute to Kevin C2M. Will I watch the World Cup final? Me personally, probably not. I'm not into it, but salute to everybody who is into it. Um, jam breaks, meditation breaks, though, mental health. Uh, Starting a new season. I've talked about a lot this past week, but we addressed hoarding, and I acknowledged that I have a lot of side hustles that have their own identities, their own kits of material, and being on call for so many different side trades and hustles, I acknowledge that that's my natural style. Everything's, supporting my main objective, which originally was to come out to Los Angeles and again do the audition, TV and film life. Um, and I've been getting a little bit back to my roots, which was originally DJing and music and personality work. And then the, I don't want to say hidden, but the part that I didn't necessarily share out was the spiritual side of me, I would say, content wise, over the years. Spiritual, yes, but not on the true capacity of like what it really is. So in this moment, I'm going to utilize. Yes, you said, did I get this from Amazon? I did get it from Amazon, and I do have an Amazon storefront, which brings me to two. Um, I started an Amazon storefront, and I've had it for maybe even 2 years at this point. And I only really used it to sell these instruments to parents, or to refer these options to parents, while teaching, when I was teaching music. And it was all for this series in the pocket, and this journey as a music teacher. And so, yes, these are available. If you click the link in my bio, the Amazon storefront is called Sherrod Inc. And that's an example of another side hustle, that it's like could be valuable, and then also has me stretched thin. And I have a lot of products in storage where I'm like, I'm starting a new life in a new geographical location. And to transport a lot of things and instruments is really to purchase it over. Um, and so I'm faced with getting out of here and then leaving everything behind that doesn't fit in a checked bag. Hello from Ukraine. What's up to Den07? What's up? From Ukraine. Doesn't this feel like, you know what? Am I living under my car? Yes. I listened to another live stream. I was like, why did you put that in there? Man, it's just because it is what it is. You say good morning or good evening? You said, if you may ask, because my current situation. Welcome, everyone. Y'all, man, make me feel so good. Thank you. All I ever wanted was this podcast, and it's live and real right now with y'all. Tuned in. I tuned in to online church. They were doing praise and worship, and I just wasn't ready. My hands are shaking right now. This therapy session, this meditation session, is so important. Um, can I just say that with these instruments, here's another example. This one was really the one. This was the one. This thing right here. You want to talk about? This is a roll up silicone. to students, and then primarily students on the spectrum, all ranges of the spectrum. For what I would later find out, neurodivergence, autism, ADHD, just a lot of different things. Hello to Stat or StatX. He says, "Are you one of the working poor?" Yes. Maybe there are organizations who help people in your situation get back on their feet. You know, I've called a few of the hotlines. I made an attempt to listen because I was like, "Are you in your situation because you want to be? Is this a choice of yours? Is this even anything that anyone can help you out on?" And things like a shelter, do I feel safer in my car or going to a shelter? I do feel safer in my car. Um, and I thank God. Um, a lot of organizations, you know, they attribute everything to mental health. You call mental health, they are gonna ask for your insurance. They're gonna ask and let you know that it's about between 1,000 and 1,500 a day for any sort of check-in and service, and you just realize that everything is a business, even all the organizations to help you. And so the point is help when it's needed. You know, by the time you're good and working and have a job, you don't need the resources. So the word resources has really been like sarcastic to me because what is help at the end of the day? You should write a movie about a protagonist in your situation and pitch it to Hollywood. Um, do I have a story and a testimony? Yes. Am I sharing my story right now? And have I set a date for July 29th for you to tune into the same live stream and see the show that I'm preparing for? And these are rehearsals leading up to it. I say it like that because I'm not waiting on Hollywood. I'm experienced Hollywood. I'm in Hollywood. You know, I'm not in Hollywood physically right now, and I'm in Los Angeles. But um, our I that format of everybody then can come and sell to Hollywood, and really it flipped. It used to be like what has become content creators was just sort of like popular social media, you know, people, and the strive was the real thing, the Hollywood approval, the main industry, you know, and then now content creators are winning with direct communication from creator to consumer. And that's sort of, you know, what I see and the direction that, you know, the path that I'm on at least. Because I did this already. I've done Hollywood already. Am I happy? You said think of your situation as insider knowledge. And then someone said, am I happy? Am I happy? I am no longer happy. I know my way back to happiness. I know what makes me happy. Things like this make me happy. You can also change the sounds. Oh, that sounds so good. The benefits, that's sort of where I am. It's like industry and then the actual craft of music and art. The benefits without all of the career attachments and stresses of business and politics on music. Um, Taking meditation breaks. If you are a musician, then you should be creating music. If you're an artist, you should be creating art. And suppressing that is not healthy for me, at least. So these have a pedal, random. You put it on a hard surface. Smiling, participating, and completely distracted from their world of chaos using these devices. And so that is what I love about them. And where I am right now, and if we started the conversation of hoarding, is am I even a music teacher going into my new season? I've taken on a lot of jobs. They always say, just get a job, I don't have a particular career path. And I'm 38 and I've been in Los Angeles for about 8 years at this point, and I'm just ready for a new season and chapter. Um, the cost, you can do your own search. Just, if you, it's already expensive everywhere. But when you do finally get any money, it's just not sustainable to maintain, save. Who has a savings in Los Angeles? Salute to you. But yeah, so I am ready to surrender. And I even started the process and gave it a shot and saw, you know, that that was not an option. And I appreciate knowing sooner, or just the reconfirmation that that was not going to be an option, so that I did not plan for it any further. Um, I am happy I got in this jam break. I stayed on a little longer. I've been on for 20 minutes. I was just supposed to do 10 minutes. But I want to keep doing these check ins and I want you all to keep coming back. I love things like Naima saying, "Hey, do you remember me?" And I'm like, absolutely. Like, please come back. Don't forget the date, July 29th. All of these lives, as of the recent couple of weeks, these are rehearsals for July 29th. And I want y'all to tune in on that day. You don't have to do anything more complicated than what you're already doing, which is coming through to the same channel. And just always remember to click the link in bio because it's going to link you to all the other things, all the other socials, and things like the Amazon storefront links, things that I don't talk about or promote all the time. If you would like to support the URLive podcast, and this is supporting the production, this is not just a handout, some lazy work or somebody not working. No, I put a lot of passion and energy and time into this. It's just, it's on the lucrative end, a learning curve for me um, on how to monetize all of this stuff. But first, we got to create the product. I've been uploading. I mainly put portfolio stuff on YouTube, but I didn't really socialize and build with the community on YouTube over the years. And a lot of people had major success on it. I was like, wow, my same content, coulda. But no, I posted, I uploaded some stuff. I have, you know, the views that I have, and they're moderate to low. Hi, Naeem, you say you're back. What's up? So, storage is bittersweet, but I need to get rid of it. And today I have a haircut to do. I'm a barber. That's one of my side hustles, just for the record. And it's like, it's not just a haircut, it's a setup, which requires storage space. And I need to eliminate the expense of storage. I need to eliminate the need for storage, and I need to get out of Los Angeles. I have my next spots in mind. Just asking God to bless the process, bless the path, um, and so that's that. One last jam is just a phrase that I've been playing with for just the season because it's like I'm saying goodbye to a lot of things and a lot of my instruments. I want one last jam with them. I really do. I didn't, I had a beautiful season where I booked a studio, work only space, but still where I could take clients and just have a professional space for a background in a Zoom call or interview if needed, just like the basics. And I had it and was teaching the music that I was talking about. And then one day I couldn't walk, y'all, and I was rushed to the emergency room. And that was March. And, they did lab tests, and I've been on this thing since then. It definitely impacted my ability to go to work. And it's been a lot. It's been a lot. So I don't have the studio anymore, of course. And I was like, wow, that's what I had going for myself. And I was so excited, and I was making progress and gains with the students. And then life happened. And I thought that God was, you know, redirecting my path to go back home. And so I went home to try to rest and recover and to get ready for like surgery and stuff. And that was the worst trip of my life. And so that is what it is. I set the date for July 29th because, again, that was a hair show date that I submitted for that I wasn't selected for that I'm still honoring as an artist. Hi, Naima says, hi everyone, how are you doing today? I love the spirit, Naima. That's a team builder right there, a great supporter. Y'all, you come in for a show, you come in for entertainment, you come in, with the expectation. What happens when your host feels like this? Um, I do this also for myself as an outlet. I love reaching out to the phrase that associates most accurately with um, go where you are celebrated, not tolerated. I just feel like out of all the places to be, if you took the time to tune in to me and my channel, I don't even want to minimize or diminish my stuff anymore. I almost said my little channel, like no, my channel. Um, we on the same frequency, we on the vibe. So self healing. A lot of it is self. A lot of places, someone asks, resources and places. What are resources? What is help? Like, not many people can really do anything, you know. Everything is really built around relationships. Um, and relationships are not unconditional. There are a lot of conditions. Um, and learning frequency is everything. And just tuning that frequency is a great first start to just start attracting some flow. Naima says her dad owns a bakery. All right, salute to your dad and his bakery business. For a bakery business, let's just say, how would that apply to me if I were to just look at just things opportunistically, just for the moment? Because I feel like I have so many different talents that, yeah, I say I'm stretched thin, but like I can apply to so many different things and offer support. So a bakery from my end, live music, uh, bakery. To even be in that environment, I will be more prone to say, was are there anything vegan, anything on a health tip, anything that's not going to, give you diabetes, uh, low sugar option, non carb, non, all of that. That would be first and foremost. You know how I feel? It's like lemonade stands and hot dog stands. I saw some viral clips of some kids starting business, and we're all excited for them, and we are because they are, starting business ventures and taking leaps. Um, but on the other end of it is what they're selling healthy, and if they're selling hot dogs and overloaded sugar lemonade, it's like thanks, but it's a tight spot. It is a tight spot. But I've done 30 minutes. I've honored my commitment to myself. Daily live streams. Thank you for tuning in. You are live podcast.